Rose, let's start with you, if we may. You and I have talked about housing issues over the years. You're a recognised policy nerd, if I may say so. You know a huge amount about housing, but you're also a priced-out buyer yourself, aren't you? Just give us the perspective from your generation.
Well, not only am I a priced-out buyer, Liam, but I also grew up as a young carer. So there is absolutely nobody that wants to see social care properly funded more than I do. But there is just no way that it's fair to ask young people to give up more of their income to protect the housing wealth of older people, when young people know that a lot of us are never going to buy a home. Resolution Foundation research suggests that a third of millennials will be renting from the cradle to the grave. 60% of private renters have absolutely no savings whatsoever. You know, there are not 250,000 households a year ready, willing and able to buy homes at current unaffordable prices. We're not going to be able to fix this crisis by relying on unaffordable market homes. We're not going to be able to fix this crisis through measures like Help to Buy, which just get a few more households into home ownership while boosting prices and making things less affordable for the next lot of renters that come along. We're going to need to do something different. And there is one tried and tested method that we know works for this problem, and that is building social housing. We build homes at prices that we know people can afford, at rents that we know allow people to save, with good quality, at a decent standard. We fix the housing crisis that way. And that means that working people can start their lives saving up some money. They can then go on to buy a home when they're ready, or if they prefer, they can enjoy the long-term security of a low rent and a secure tenancy. That's how we've done it in the past. That's how we can do it again. In the 1970s, there was no housing shortage. We had cracked it because multiple governments of both stripes had built enough housing. And they did that by building lots and lots of social housing because it's free from market forces.
Council housing, some people call it, or housing associations providing subsidised rented accommodation for low-income households.
Absolutely, and the beauty of it is that it doesn't rely on mortgage demand, it doesn't rely on people having enough savings, it relies on government borrowing at historically low interest rates and providing the homes that we know that people need. And the really beautiful thing about it, from a Conservative government's point of view, is that you can build millions of social homes and it will do barely anything to market prices. So given that this government is really concerned to protect house prices, and that's understandable because that is, you know, that's people's pensions, that's people's social care fund, that's people's wealth.
Voters' Wonga.
Absolutely. If we're not willing to take action to bring down house prices, then the least we can do, the only thing we can do indeed, is to build homes with price controls pegged to local incomes that people can actually afford.